It's good. It's real good. The fuck is that? What is that? Something on my nose, man. I might have scratched it in my sleep. Imagine a spider probably bit me right there. What bastard. What a little fucker. What's up, Boom? I'm looking at myself. Ow! Here, get my beard brush. Yeah. Hello from Sakhalin, and have a great day. Thanks, man. You too. That feels so good. So good. Beard's coming along nicely. It's hitting the soft stage, sort of. It's like half soft, half bristly. Yeah. A lot more grays in there than ever before. But it's gonna be fine. Yeah. It's really curly. It likes to just suck up to itself. Whoa. Jesus Christ. There is a massive spider just running around on the ground right now. Hold on. Let's look at it. He's behind this weight. Oh, Jesus Christ. I see his legs sticking out down there. Look. He's up in that crevice. He's right under that wheel. Yeah, come out of there, you little motherfucker. Look at him. He was running right past my foot. Charlie, you're supposed to kill this spider, man. He's trying to get me, Charlie. Charlie, get the spider, not the toy. Ah! He's right here. My foot is in harm's way. Your country deliberately slows down traffic and checks it, much to your annoyance. You can't watch the broadcast, so the only thing left for you to do is wish a good day and leave. Well, then, have a good day, man. It's probably good for everyone's safety that you can't just be watching a live stream in the car. How old am I, Steven? I am 43 fucking years old, man. 4 thrice. Ah, my foot. Ooh, that spider's running away. Yeah, you running away, you little punk ass? Let's watch him run. Let's Watch him run away. Charlie, you're almost stepping on him. Molly's gonna almost step on him. Oh, Charlie did step on him. Oh my God, you've crippled him, Charlie, and you didn't even know. Damn, he is fucked up. This spider was walked on by Charlie moments ago. And then he curled up onto his side and started twitching. I think he's dead. Pretty sure he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead as hell. Good job, Charlie. You killed a spider and you don't even know you did it. He just come walking over to me all happy. And he stepped right on the big frickin' thing. County's doing something over yonder. Maybe cutting down a tree, I don't know. I don't know. He's been hunting mice. Nice. There's something going on over there. I don't know what. It's like really hazy out. I think it's smoky. Also can't remember when I went to bed. I think it was like 2:30 and I woke up at 8:30. So that's 6 hours. That's good. It's a good night's sleep. Yeah. Clean out my beard brush here. There's a bunch of hair in it. Hair and more hair. Charlie. No, I did not. Boom got a yellow key out of a tan crate. So then we went and hit a yellow storeroom, which got him another yellow. And then I was carrying a yellow, so we hit one as well for me. And then we hit a T2 airdrop, which was kind of shitty, I don't know, but Boom got a lot of stuff. You have the house back to yourself. School has officially started. Yeah. Your ex-girlfriend was a straight up stink cheetah? What's up, Nats Tats? Hey, Grinch, you guys all just popped in at the same time there. I was like, I looked away and looked back. I got 3 people to say hi to here. How's it going, Nat? Good morning, Grinch. What the hell is a stink cheetah? Like she stunk and she cheated on you? She cheated on you? That's fucking bullshit. No cheaters, man. It's going great today. It's been a busy week. Nice. Yeah. I think you meant to say hot. She was a hot little stink cheetah. It'll happen, you know. That will happen, especially with the hot chicks. They'll cheat on you, act all crazy, and leave you wanting more. Fucking stink cheetahs. Who needs them? Smokey don't need no stink cheetah. Look at her out there. She's like, fuck a stink cheetah. Yeah, I got some dogs, man. I got 3 dogs. Hold on. I got this little mollywog right here. Oh, what's up to mollywog? Are you just a good... Oh, okay, settle. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, settle down. Simmer down now. Ow! And I got Smokey, my old baby. She's the oldest. Hey, you're spilling my coffee. You guys sloshed it. And then Charlie, the fucking gnarly here. He's the newest member of the family and the most gnarly. Yeah, Smokey is half German Shepherd and half Rottweiler. So she's half good dog, half bad dog. And it comes out sometimes. Yeah. Smokey, are you such a good girl? Yeah, you're a good girl. Let's go see what's going on back here with all this noise. Oh yeah, they're doing some brush clearing out here. Let's see. Just clearing the brush. Those guys are probably making $75 an hour or some shit. Oh, they're clearing grass even. That's cool. Yeah, guess what state I live in? Hold on, I'll give you a better view. Hold on, don't say anything yet because you can't really tell just looking at houses and shit. Hold on. There's barely you can see the mountains in the background. Barely. I live in the state of confusion. Wow, you little bastards, watch out. Hold on. You might have a better view out front here. You guys stay in the yard. Stay. No. No. Gnarly, get your head in there. Hold on. There's my neighbor with his tree service. And then you can see the mountains in the background. And they're actually really big. It's really kind of smoky today, so you probably can't see them that well. Yeah, I can't get a good view, but, you know, shit. Enhance. Whoops, I was gonna cancel the stream, you guys. I was trying to fucking flip the camera around. I got my rosemary and, well, that's rosemary. That's thyme. Thyme's looking a little scorched, but it's growing pretty good though. When I first got these, they were like clumps about this big on each side. Now they're about half the potter. No, it really hasn't been that hot. I had to cut out all the mint. There was like a fucking wad of mint right here underneath the hose. You're stumped. That's because you probably don't know many people from Montana. Nobody does. Where's this fucking camera going here? Where are you going? There we go. Here we go. I have a gimbal, but it's weird. It's very, very weird. Oh, I gotta show you guys this rock. Hold on. You've driven through Clark Fork? Watch out. Watch out. Like probably to Missoula, maybe. I think Clark Fork's in Idaho, though. It's right over the border, though. I need my tripod for this. And a drink of my coffee. All right, let's go. So I was down at the creek the other day, digging out the swimming hole. Stay back, you little varmints. Nope, Charlie. I didn't think so, you little fucker. Nice try. Oh, I caught his ass. He was trying to squirt out of here, and I pinned him up against the wall with my leg. You lived in Sandpoint, Idaho? Okay, yeah, that's not far from here. I've been there a few times. Oh, don't look at my license plate. Because then you'll know where I'm from. Elliott Bay? I don't know it. Is that where all that beach is? So I was digging out the swimming hole the other day and I found this rock. And it was sitting about 6 feet away from this rock. And I thought, that looks like halves of the same rock. And so I grabbed them. And sure as shit, they are halves of the same rock. But they were really like 6 feet apart from each other. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of leverite. You know, normally you just leave her right where you found her, but this is cool because it's split in half like that. And I got this piece that has obvious VUGs on it. V-U-G, Victor Uniform Golf, right? VUG. You can see where something has leached out of here in a square shaped. It was pyrite cubes, and so I smashed it in half and I found some in there. See that? This rock is loaded with those. There might be a rock lobster in here. Then I just got some big chunks of quartz in here, like that right there is a big ass chunk of quartz. So is that. Maybe one of these days I'll make a rock crusher or something and mill these down. For now, they're probably going to end up in the flower bed or somewhere, you know, somewhere neat. I don't know. I should put this somewhere cool. Do I have a rock garden? No. I've got the 4-pound. And I think this is 16 maybe. No, this is 10-pound. The 10-pound if things get out of hand. What ethnicity am I? Why don't you let my legs do the talking? Hold on. What ethnicity do you think I am? I think I'm a little bit Viking. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave these back here for now. Calves built for rucking. Fucking A. Watch out, Charlie, I'm gonna kick you. I've had those calves since I was 15. Because I started rucking then, I think. Or probably before that, really, because my dad was like, let's go to the Cabinet Wilderness and see what's up there. And we would. Or we'd be getting firewood, and I'd be hiking up and down the mountain, grabbing rounds of wood and rolling them down the mountain. Or he had this really awesome gold panning spot that was about 1,000 feet down in this fucking nasty canyon. We didn't use ropes or anything. I didn't go there for about 10 years when I went in the service, you know, and then I come back and somebody had put in like 2 or 3 different ropes on the trail, you know, because of their own concerns. And honestly, coming back to it and hiking it, I was like, how did I do this at 12 years old, man? This is fucking nuts. It's a scary trail. Like, you don't see animal tracks on that trail because it's too steep, man. Which is weird because it does go down to the water. You'd think the deer might want it, you know, every now and then, but they do not go down that. Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's been like 90s last couple days. I'm thinking the summer is like a month late. Have I tried the frozen Costco burgers? Yeah, they're not bad. Like the ones in the bag, you mean? They're not bad, actually. I think if I'm just having burgers at the house, I'd probably rather do my own thing, you know, press out my own patties. You wonder what the neighbors think? Dude, my neighbor is over here, like, wood chipping trees half the day. He better be wondering what I'm thinking. Like the neighbor before him would sit out there till 12 o'clock at night fucking welding and grinding on shit, and he had like this whole monster garage out there where people bring in like a Toyota pickup and he would put lifts on them or roll bars, you know. Also, he'd just fabricate anything basically, but it was a lot of fucking noise. And this is a residential area, you know, like we're right up here by a school and shit. You got to drive 20 miles an hour through my neighborhood sort of thing. There's not a lot of noise being made, and then all of a sudden I got a neighbor that's out here fucking beating on cars and all that until midnight. And then he moved away. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then this new guy moved in and he's like, no, he does stop at fucking, you know, business hours basically, but he does work his ass off out there. Which kind of sucks because, you know, again, it's a residential area and, you know, but I'm not going to bitch about it, you know, not directly to him. I might right here for a second. But, you know, at the end of the day, the guy is working. He's fucking making a living And he's doing something that people need around here too, which is tree work. You know, I'm not gonna give him shit for doing it. He's a young man trying to start out, so you know, I'm sure he can't afford to just go buy a shop somewhere, and I don't even know that you would need one for something like that. You just need like a couple acres out of town where you could bring all this wood and fucking do it there. But your dad lives in Spokane and he has construction business, tile, shower, and custom remodeling. That's pretty cool. I need him to come do my bathroom, dude. We bought this house a few years ago, and the people who sold it to us made some mistakes. They did some really cheap hardwood flooring in the bathroom. That was mistake number one, and it's already gone to shit. I have to rip up the floor. I need to pull the toilet and the fucking sink and counter out of there. Everything. I'm probably just gonna do goddamn linoleum. I don't know. I kind of want to teach myself tile though, and we do have 2 bathrooms, so it's possible that I just fucking say fuck it and tile it out. Your old man's teaching you the art of lumber. I've worked with some lumber. I've worked with some wood in my life. I've built a bunch of fences. I worked for like a privacy fence company down in southeast Texas for a couple of years, and we specialized in 6-foot like privacy fence or 8-foot even. And we did a lot of like repairs of fences when hurricanes would hit. You know, there'd be so much work. So I have built miles, probably like fucking 5 to 10 miles of fence in just a couple of years that I worked doing it. We did chain link as well. I know how to do chain link, which is actually really easy. And we did decks, so I kind of understand how to build a deck. I'm actually pretty damn good with carpentry because when I was a little kid, my grandfather pretty much built his own house, and my little brother and I helped, and we had to do a lot of the work. Then my dad got a job working for some guy out of town that was building a house, and we had to do a lot of that work. I did drywall. I did a lot of shit out there. The only thing I've never learned is electrician. Like, I've never learned how to pull the wires. You do sprinkler blowouts in the fall? Hell yeah. Take it easy, Kiwami Brian. Have a good day at work, man. Yeah, I know a bit. I don't know everything, you know, no one can, but I do know some things. I don't know. Sprinkler blower outside, all you need is a trailer air compressor. I don't know what that is. You just go around to people that have like what is it, the sprinkler systems, and then you fucking probably hook up and blow air through their lines, and then what the hell gets in the lines? Is it just dirt and shit? I've thought about doing like a handyman service or something, because there's a lot of old people in this town that like just can't do hardly anything for themselves, and I think a guy could fucking make a decent living, you know, doing something like that around here. That, and it would just be kind of fun to go and interact and talk to a lot of these old folks. They got some cool stories and some knowledge, you know. You might talk to some old man and he might just tell you something that took him 40 or 50 years to learn, you know, and you'll know it that day, and you don't have to go through any of the bullshit. That's one of the nice things about just talking to older people, is you'll learn, fucking fly, you'll learn some stuff that took them a lifetime to learn, and you just got to sit there and listen to them for a minute. Before winter, we blow the air through lines to get all the water out of the pipes before they freeze. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because if there's water in there and it freezes, they'll crack them, I'm sure. I had a a cousin over there in like Post Falls, Idaho, that started like a landscaping slash snow plowing service. And the way he did it is he got a snow plow on his truck, and then he went out one morning at like 3 a.m. and plowed all these different businesses and homes and left business cards everywhere. And then it started his business, man. He got a bunch of business, and then he went from there. But yeah, I don't know. I've thought about doing something like that too, you know. I haven't been doing shit for years. It's like, I don't know. I want to do something. It's tough though. Like I'm a permanently disabled veteran with I'm 100% for PTSD. So most employers are probably going to look at that and be like, nah, you know, which is understandable. I'm not going to fucking do anything, you know, but I'm an asshole sometimes. You bring walkie-talkies for your job? I think I might have drank a dog hair just now. Come down here and work as security? Oh yeah. You're just lucky your dad would have the trailer and the jobs lined up. Yeah, I'll just hang out in the waiting room at the clinic. Your dad's Czechoslovakian. Your grandpa was from there. That's pretty cool, dude. I'm 53% British according to my genealogy. I thought I was like way more German. It turns out I'm only like an eighth German, like 13% or whatever the hell it was, 12%. I found I'm 2% Basque, which is like this weird peoples that lived like, I think on like the coast of Spain or something, or like between Spain and Portugal, and they were like a seafaring people that is not much known about, I guess, but there's just a little bit of like Basque culture left in the world, but their history is kind of incomplete. But yeah, I'm just a mutt from Europe, basically. I don't know. I think my grandparents on my dad's side came to the U.S. in the 1930s. Like my grandmother and my great grandmother had to flee Nazi Germany. They weren't Jewish, I don't think, but you know, they just didn't want to be involved in the war. And my original grandfather, or excuse me, great grandfather, was drafted and I think killed in World War II or some shit. So I never met him, but he was, you know, probably on the wrong side of the fight. And then, so I met my great grandmother, you know, and I knew her. She lived till I was about 18. And then my grandmother, which was my dad's mom, she was a fucking bitch. She hated me my whole life, dude, ever since I was a little goddamn kid. I don't know what I did to her either. But yeah, then my mom's side, they were here in Montana early on. I don't know where exactly they came from. I think they had a little bit of money and stuff, but I'm not sure. You know, my mom's dad died when when my mom was 7 years old, so I never met him, you know. And he was pretty well established at the time, you know. He had built the bowling alley there in my hometown and owned a couple of bars and stuff and a logging operation, but then he just dropped from a heart attack at 41 years old. 2 years younger than I am now. It's scary, right? And then yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about my dad's side too much as far as like his dad. I know they were poor as shit. They come up from California. Like my dad was born in Long Beach, California, but then they fucking moved from like one town to another pretty much my dad's whole childhood. So I know he had to fight a lot because he was always at a different school, like every year. And then eventually they went up through, like, California into Oregon, and then into Washington, then over to Idaho, and then eventually Montana is where they stayed. But yeah, my grandfather was a character, my dad's dad, he was a funny old dude. And I guess he wrote short stories for Reader's Digest and fucking had a whole bunch of them published, but it was, back in the day, so you'd have to have like an old ass copies of Reader's Digest. And I don't know if he like what name he wrote them under, I guess. But yeah, I guess he did a bunch of that shit. He was kind of a nut though too, it was fucked up. My grandmother left my grandfather when I was a kid. They had been together for like 50 years, and then my grandpa just had to fucking go live somewhere else, and he got a DUI really fast after that, and so then he lost his license and everything, and I think he ended up not having a truck. So then he was driving around town for like a couple of years on a goddamn riding lawnmower, which he even got a DUI driving that. I shit you not. It's fucking crazy, man. He was a character though, like I said. He had got shot in a bar fight when he was a young man. This guy pulled out a .25 caliber pistol and fucking shot him point blank range, and he had put his hand up to block it, and the bullet went like through the meaty part of his thumb and went into his fucking lung, and it stayed in his body forever. And then he always said he was gonna have his body donated to science so that they could study it, because he wanted to know if that bullet had calcified in his body like a pearl. And so he ended up doing that. Actually, he donated his body to like the University of Idaho or some shit when he died. He was a cool motherfucker though, man. He took my brother and I camping one time, and we were supposed to go for about 3 days to this lake that's about 70 miles out of town, and we did. We went there, we were hanging out, camping. It was a good time. And then we went to leave, and when we got to the highway, we were supposed to take a left and come back to my town, and my grandpa had the blinker on to turn left, and then all of a sudden he reached up and he switched it to right, and we turned right, and we proceeded to go on a lap around the state of Montana. And Montana's huge, you guys. We were gone for 2 weeks past the point of when we were supposed to be. Like, my parents thought he had basically kidnapped us, but we went on this most epic adventure around the state. We camped at all these different places. It was fucking fun, What is my favorite food in the world? Cheese, probably. Cheese is like the greatest food there is. Or if we gotta put cheese on something, then pizza, probably. But yeah, maybe pizza. But if you're breaking it down by ingredient, then cheese. The dogs are freaking out. All this work being done out here. Gorgonzola cheese? I can't say that I do, because I don't know right offhand what it tastes like. It's not a cheese that I can say I've just ate recently and can remember the flavor of, so I'm not sure. I do really like, sharp cheddar and stuff like that. There's something going on out here. A couple of people. Yeah? You pissed off over there? Yeah, sharp cheddar's really good. I don't know. I like most cheese. You know, provolone, mozzarella, all the cheddars. Gouda is pretty Gouda. I like some fucking queso. You know, when I lived down in Southeast Texas, we'd go to Casa Olay and we'd get a large bowl of queso, which would be like about a half an inch in this weird little boat looking thing, but it was still worth it. It was still fucking good, you know, and I'd put my chip in there and let it get all soggy, wait about 2 minutes and then pull it out and eat the soggy chip. It was so good. They had a fucking, it was like an appetizer called the fajita flamiado, and it was just like, you know, they brought you like some fajita chicken with cheese in like a bag or like a foil wrap thing, and then you had this little container of really hot tortillas. And I'd just order that. Between that and their chips and salsa and their queso, I was good. Smokey is pissed. Yeah, sometimes I think the aliens put us on Earth just to make cheese, you know? They were like, get back to the cheese making. Why do you think it is that the government buys all these big wheels of cheese and stores them in a mountain underground? I'm telling you right now, that cheese is going underground and getting eaten by the aliens that are living underground. It's all part of the plan, you guys. We're just cheese makers up here. We don't even know it. Yeah. It's all about the cheese. Do you think it's all cheese under Antarctica? Maybe the aliens brought all the cheese to Antarctica, and then they caused some sort of climate change event to happen there so that they could freeze all the cheese. Settle down, ladies. The military knows about it. They sent some soldiers down. This is what Trump was saying when he said, I'm gonna drain the swamp. That's right. He's talking about the Antarctic alien cheese harvesters. When I really break it down, what we're talking about here is pretty funny. On the next Alex Jones, are Antarctic alien cheese harvesters real? Will Charlie ever shut the fuck up? They interviewed the soldiers and they are going to need PTSD therapy for the rest of their life after what they saw. Now that I wouldn't be surprised by, you know, who knows what the fuck. Like if these alien encounters or these UFOs that they're saying are real now are in fact real, then there probably has been encounters with some of our like special forces units and aliens. And imagine how fucked up those guys are. Like you go to the VA and say, hey, you know, I've got PTSD. Well, what happened? Well, you know, we got into it with some aliens one night and fucking no one believes me. And, you know, it's not on any official record because it can't be. And so you're probably not going to help me out either. And then they just look at you like, yeah, get out. That's kind of what it's like for the Vietnam vets. You know, there's a lot of Vietnam vets that went to the VA to get help, and they were the best of the best, you know. Green Berets, whatever, special forces. They were the damn best, and they had to do the hardest jobs. And some of their jobs involved them going into countries that we didn't officially get involved in, you know, like Laos and Cambodia. And, because they would go into a country where they weren't allowed to be and do these missions. They would also not be allowed to claim any kind of benefits for it later when they try to go in and get help, because the government denies that we ever had any troops in those countries. So they just flat out deny that those guys did what they say they did. Even though you'll have whole units, write up a report and whatever. No, I think there is, I think Trump's in charge of like a certain level of the government, but there is definitely a higher echelon. There's a group made up of like the highest of the military, the intel services, and they are the ones that really run things. Here's a question for you. Would you rather be able to understand animals or be able to understand any language? Here's the catch. First human or animal you look at, and they are the only one you can understand for 24 hours. I think it'd have to be humans, dude. I have a feeling the animals aren't really worth hearing. Like, if I could understand what Smokey's saying back there right now, she's just like, hey, fuck off. Hey, fuck off. It's just over and over again, the same thing. What's up, Dylan? I've been pretty good. I've been no-lifing the shit out of DayZ, though. You have all the weapons and collectibles stacked in Cars and Bears. Nice, dude. I have a ton of guns in my car. I think I had put it in group. And then in my big safe was a shitload of collectibles as well. I don't know if you got all those. I'll be on in a minute. I'm just fiddle farting around out here. Yeah, Grinch is like, let's go. We got fucking work to do, damn it. You already did that too. Nice, man. He lives in the underground of Antar. I don't know where that is. Oh, Antarctica. Yeah, probably. You haven't gamed in ages, Dylan? You had children? That's cool, dude. That's usually how it goes. I've had a lot of friends like that who are, probably young men or, 18, 19. And then as they enter adulthood and do all that stuff, they kind of disappear from the gaming for a while. That's how I was too, dude. Like when I went in the Marines, I could game a little bit, but not a lot. And then after I got out there for a couple years, I hardly played shit, And I had little kids and stuff, and a job. It was just too much. You don't have much time. Like you come home, you can play for maybe an hour or two, and then you're ready to go to bed. Yeah, the world is crazy, dude. And I do believe that Jesus died for our sins. I don't think anyone else has to believe it, but I do. I think if even people on my side of the aisle, if we could have a better understanding of Jesus and what he really, really meant, the world would be a better place. Did I have a stink cheetah? I think I did. I did at one time. Now the dogs have calmed down. What's going on, you guys? They're like, talk more about Jesus, Papa. Molly Logs, what are you doing? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Come here, Charlie the gnarly. Charlie! You're so fucking gnarly. Charlie.
Ow, he's got me. Oh, oh, ow. I want to get you. 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 Yeah. Smoogie. She's like 7 or 8 years old. Her old hips. Let me give you a massage. Charlie, stop trying to get involved here. No, you don't need to chew on my hand. Well, maybe you do. You chew on this hand and I'll use this hand to give Smokey a massage. I know, Smokes. You need it for your old hips. Charlie? Yeah, let's get your front legs. Let's get your neck. Your old fucking strong ass neck. Yeah. You feeling like a new dog? You're shedding like a new dog. Fucking hey. There's dog slobber on my arm, and I wipe my nose. I'm defiled now. It's in my mustache. It's fine. I'm a dog. I'm a dog too. I'm a dog too. No one else wants to play because those two are over there playing. Oh, shit. All right, fine. I'll be a human again. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go play some DayZ. I'll be live with that. So I'll see you guys there. Maybe I won't. Have a good one. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get you.